Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what is your partner's strangest request while having sex? She wanted me to tie her tightly and then lay another girl on top of her so she could feel every thrust, but no, none of them were for her. I was never able to make that happen, but I'd be lying if I said I haven't thought about that a lot. Edit, Godspeed, why perverts? Edit 2, Google Trends data from the past 4 hours. Edit 3, we're not together anymore, but I let her know this story blew up. She's good, embarrassed, and wanted me to tell you all that she's happy to have inspired your next perversion. This would forever alter my porn searches. You should definitely never Google cut Quaid then. She said fuck me like a little girl, and I kept asking, what does that mean? I mean, how am I supposed to know? Does that mean fuck her like she is a little girl, or fuck her like you are a little girl? That first one would be concerning if you knew how. The second one would just be confusing. That first one would be concerning if you knew how. I imagine it's like fucking a woman with daddy issues, but instead of calling you daddy, she calls for her daddy. My best mate had an ex-girlfriend of his ask him as a 100% Caucasian to fuck her like a black man. He said he had no frame of reference on how to do that and just left her. And just left. Your mate is super racist if he thinks she was asking for him to bounce. Once had a partner ask me to hold a gun to her head. Yes, she wanted it loaded. She wanted to think /feel like she was in danger. I said number. That's how porn star Kimberly Ann died. BF is in jail now. Wow, that's the poorest way you could possibly spell Kimberly. She wanted to think /feel like she was in danger. Can't you just introduce her to options trading instead? Hey, at least with the gun there is a chance you won't fuck up. Asked me to roleplay as a Nazi and demanded I insult her with ever-increasingly anti-Jewish slurs, then at one point suddenly said I'd gone too far and left and broke up with me. I wasn't even into it, she'd had to talk me into it in the first place. It might have been when you farted on her face and said welcome to the showers that crossed the line. This may be the largest bra moment I've seen all month. It is kind of ironic that you were just following orders. She was probably gonna split anyway and just wanted to mess with you before she did. I was fine when she wanted to have sex on her mother's bed. I was fine with it, even though her mom was home at the time. Her mom walking in on us wasn't a deal breaker. Turns out she was using me as some weird revenge thing with her mom. Damn, mom must have fucked someone on her bed first, LMAO. Motherfucker. I was once requested to hold a knife up to my partner's throat. I offered to buy a prop knife rather than the real one she was showing me. One girl I dated always wanted a knife to her throat while fucking. Always. So we know what you answered. There are knives that are made specifically for this act. It is obviously a terrible idea to use a real one. I wonder how many people have been accidentally killed because of extreme sex acts. I've had to draw the line with certain girls asking me to choke or slap beyond my comfort level, but a girl asking me to talk to her in a comforting voice like I had just found her in a car wreck, while fucking her, takes the cake. I gave it a shot, but I couldn't keep a straight face. That's an understandable idea, to want someone to have gentle, reassuring sex with you. However, the idea that a guy found you in a car wreck and immediately started fucking you is too silly to imagine. She's got compound fractures in both legs and a Kia logo imprinted on her chest from the impact. God, I don't think I could get any more hard. Here, I'll porn logic it up for you. He was doing groin-to-groin resuscitation. She wanted you to talk to her like Bob Ross talks to his audience. Oops, that ended a little quickly. Just another happy accident. She wanted to call me by a different name. I later found out that it was her brother's name. Yikers. That was actually her brother's name. Breathy whispers in your ear, oh Cletus. She was into CNC, costs non-consent rape play. Took a lot of trust to get into that, but cool, it was fun and she loved it. But then she took it to another level when now I want to roleplay we are Neanderthals. We don't have language or knowledge of technology, so for instance, if you find my vibrator you don't know how to turn it on, but you might discover, and that could be fun. Also, I want you to grow tired of my stupid primitive ways and just pound the shit out of me when you actually get bored with the roleplay itself, but stay in character please. Now I want to roleplay we are Neanderthals. We don't have language or knowledge of technology, so for instance, if you find my vibrator you don't know how to turn it on, but you might discover, and that could be fun. Also, I want you to grow tired of my stupid primitive ways and just pound the shit out of me when you actually get bored with the roleplay itself, but stay in character please. That's some complex roleplay right there. She's gonna need Daniel Day-Lewis for that shit. Alright, so for this next scene, I'm gonna need a Nazi uniform, tattered rags, a bottle of milk and 3 extras. Oh, and how's your French? Doesn't matter, just try not to get found, but don't try too hard, you know. Honestly, that's some next level communication. Good on her for saying exactly what she wants, lol. Seriously. Can everyone be this direct please? Confused ooga booga noises. Aside to the director, what's my motivation in this scene? She was into CNC. Me, naively wondering why computer numerical controls are sexy. Ha ha ha, I remember her saying something like, I was wondering if you were into CNC with your girlfriend and I so thought she wanted to do some woodworking. Not my partner but me. Once when I was getting down and dirty with my boyfriend, and we were in the middle of some heavy foreplay, and just about to start the actual intercourse part of it, I was just so fascinated by how erect he was, so I asked him if I could hang a hanger on it. Strangely enough he obliged. He drew the line when I asked if I could add clothes to the hanger to see how much weight he could hold XD. Well, you know the saying, a hard man is good to find. My wife was friends with a girl in high school and went over to her house one afternoon. They went to get something from her brother's room and walked in on him and some of his friends hanging towels on their dicks to see how many towels they could hold while erect. Not a cell phone in sight, just some kings living in the moment enjoying each other's company. She wanted it in a picnic table in a park at night. No one was around, so we weren't flashing anyone. But the weird part was this raccoon who walked up, stood on its hind legs to see what we were doing. Seemed to figure it out. Kind gave a little raccoon smirk and walked away. It was kind of weird being a porn actor for a raccoon. And it was kind of weird watching you two fuck on my favorite picnic table, but I guess it worked out for all of us in the end. Raccoon_full_of_come. Concerned face. It's not too late to delete this account and repent your wild ways. A girl once asked me to hurt her, so I pinched her and she was like, LMAO. I had never engaged in rough sex at that point. She was like, no, hit me, hurt me, and when I went Tina Belcher going ush she climbed off. Another girl wanted to do knife play but I was like, no, I'm too clumsy, I'll stab one of us. But I always laugh about me pinching that girl when I was like 20 because it's probably the most wholesome and Ave I've ever been. The first time a man ever asked me who's your daddy, I was probably 17 or 18 and really only knew basic sex editor. No real world experience to speak of at that point, but I had an understanding of how sex worked and what I was doing by then. I tell you that to tell you this, my confused ass looked this man dead in the face and gave him my father's full name. First, middle, last, suffix and all. I laugh about it now because that's the most Ave I've ever been. At 14 me and my girlfriend were getting handsy during a makeout session. She had gotten her hand in my pants already. My hypervirgin ass got brave and decided to whip out the hog. She looked at it, looked at me, and coyly said, put that up before I put it to use. Fucky right back where you came from, good buddy. Zip up. Call it a day. She said, put it up, it's getting put up. It took me forever to read the look she gave me, but now I know it was I have no one to blame but myself for this. I look back and shudder in embarrassment, but damn if that wasn't the most Ave virgin thing I ever did. I once had a girlfriend that would want me to surprise her by waking her up on some random nights by sucking her toes. Hey, guaranteed sex. Buy a Bluetooth speaker, record yourself saying something like, did you say something? Place it in the opposite room, suck toes until she is awake, play audio over Bluetooth. You are now the boo gamer. That is deliciously evil. It's all fun and games until someone loses a tooth, or a toe. The girl offered to order a prostitute to teach her how to have sex. So like a female one that would guide her through with you, or a male one to teach her while you are not present. We need an answer to this. That's a wife right there. The prostitute or the girl. She wanted to watch me fuck/be fucked by another man. I'm a pretty open, tolerable, and fun dude, but just couldn't get behind that one, or in front of it, as the case might be. I've had to ask me this. One was previously married to a bi dude, so they had MMF often, so I kind of got her asking since she had done it and liked it. The other just wanted to see it. Like watch a porno chick. To hum happy birthday on his cock on his birthday. Sounds festive. My girlfriend brought deli meats in for foreplay. She wanted to surround my junk in sliced ham and eat off while performing oral. I remember her feeling dejected that I couldn't stay aroused. It should have been pastrami. The most sensual of all the salted, cured meats. So in other words, you fucked a dead pig while she ate it.